From Channels TV Sports Center in Lagos, Nigeria, we're back again with another action-packed edition of sports this morning. I'm Austin Okonakpan.
Good morning and welcome. I'm Cecilia Omove.
Glad you could join us again. I'm Tayo Salam.
Okay, we're counting down to the 2016 Rio Olympics in Nigeria. And one of the sports that has qualified to compete at the event is basketball. For D Tigers, they've sealed qualification. But for D Tigers, the senior women's national basketball team, they are looking for a ticket to the Rio Olympics, the Rio mission for Nigeria. And basketball, we get our attention this morning on the show.
Yeah, definitely. And of course, also getting our attention on the show, it's what happened last night, precisely at where Allianz Arena. For Bayern Munich, well, for the third time in the semi-finals, they are out of the Champions League, and Pep Guardiola seems not just to be lucky when he's having to play against Spanish opposition, because the first time it was against Barcelona, second time against Real Madrid, and right now against Atletico Madrid. And for Atletico Madrid, for the second time in 3 seasons, they are in the final. Who will they meet? We'll find out today. It is going to be Real Madrid or Manchester City. Yeah,
we'll find out today, Cecilia. One thing is clear, that we're halfway through to having a Madrid final, all Spanish final. I remember during the last show, you were not very sure about that.
Europa League. That was Europa League.
Europa League. Yeah, but when we talk about the Spanish, the Champions League as well too, there's a chance for an all Spanish final, and you wasn't too sure about it. Okay, anyways, we'll leave the Champions League for now and go to the NBA playoffs, and the Golden State Warriors are still doing big things, you know, despite missing Steph Curry and down 11 points going into the fourth quarter. The Golden State Warriors showed all their battling qualities to overcome the Portland Trail Blazers 110-99 in Game 2. I mean, if you watched that game, Austin and Cecilia, you would have thought, okay, they were going to lose this one. You know, they were down by as many as 17 points. You know, then going into the third quarter, into the fourth quarter, they were down by 11, and they just battled back. And that's why a lot of people, a lot of commentators just believe they will just do a repeat this time around.
That's right.
Repeats?
Yeah, come on.
Okay, we'll just wait and see what's going to happen. This is Game 2, right?
Yes.
But when you're as down as 17 and you still put us on champion stuff, come back and take it. That's a lot of respect, right?
See if they can continue with that streak.
A lot of respect.
Yeah. Okay, quickly, let's. Do we go back to the NBA again, or just finish it right now?
Yeah. Well, let's just say basically it was a matchup between two Nigerians as well. So let's just highlight that part. Al-Farouq Aminu on the part of the of the Portland Trail Blazers, and Festus Ezeli on the part of the Golden State Warriors. You know, at the end of the day, the personal battle was won by Al-Farouq Aminu. He had 14 points and 6 rebounds, while Ezeli had 8 points and 6 rebounds. But ultimately, the winner on the night was the Golden State Warriors. So yeah, 2-0 series lead now. And there's news that Steph Curry might actually be back for Game 3. So it just makes their job a lot tougher. I'm talking about the Portland Trail Blazers. Yeah.
So there's no way of them coming back.
Into this. Barring any drama, it's going to be San Antonio. Versus.
That's what but check versus
the Golden State Warriors.
San Antonio.
Yeah, that's what I said.
So he started 1-1. So just wait what's going to happen if San Antonio Spurs be able to bounce back. Because when you're having some big players, you're expecting so much from having just 2 points.
Yeah,
you know that, hey, some teams are in trouble.
Yeah, but I think the Golden State Warriors will be in the final of the Western Conference. It depends on how San Antonio reacts, to their loss at home. Remember, I was at home. They lost against the Thunder.
That's interesting. Because usually we say San Antonio Spurs don't lose at home. The only team that beaten them at home this season was actually the
Warriors. So that might be a potential banana skin for San Antonio in that one, because they've got the man there, Russell Westbrook, playing well. Kevin Durant as well, also doing well for the OKC Thunder. So that one might just go down to the wire.
That's definitely is going to be tough in that one. Now let's come back home to our own basketball now, talking about preparations for the Rio Olympics. Now we have the names of the players, both the male and of course the female. For the male, we have about 27 players. Wow. One is on their side, talking about Victor Oladipo. Remember, Tijani Umar talked about him the other time. He says, okay, they're actually weighing options, another if he's going to be, but he's on the standby. We'll see if he will be part of the main team that will be going to Brazil. But this is just preliminary list. 28 names, or 27. We
27,
know.
Yes.
27 and 1 on standby. I think that's really huge in March because you have just 3 months to the Olympics. I'm thinking, okay, it's a long list. Although they have a whole lot of friendlies lined up that they will play and all that, so that's when they'll start cutting the players, the ones that will make it and the ones that won't make it. They had a press conference yesterday in Abuja where all the names were actually read out, and of course the reason why some players will not be there and why some will be there.
Incredible. Yeah, it's a very long list, and there's no doubt about it. But I think the rationale behind on that long list is to give every Nigerian basketballer a chance, to actually represent the country and Rio. Some of the names, we know a lot of the names actually. Austin and Cecilia, Jamal, he was in. It was at the last AfroBasket. Michael May, Ben Uzo as well too. Michael. Benny J. Olasheni Lawal.
That's right.
Was in at AfroBasket as well. That's Abdul Wahab Aminu, otherwise known as Alade Aminu. He was there as well too. Andy Ogide as well is in the team.
Was also there in the team, the AfroBasket ball. But we have other players who were not also there. Stanley Okoye was also there. Festus easily well. He wasn't there,
we've
but
been talking about him for a while now.
In the squad as an NBA player. Ofuegu Ike is also there. Brymon Suleiman is also there. Ibekwe Ekene. These are some of the new players that are coming in.
Brymon Suleiman.
Derek was part of the team before. Sterling Gumont couldn't get. What was the reason he couldn't get to the AfroBasket and all that?
Get for the Super Fours.
The playoffs and all that, and of course visa issues and everything. So he couldn't get in. But he was at the All Africa Games, so he plays there. He's a home-based player, so it doesn't that player who was able to make it into that squad. We'll see if most of these players will be able to make it into the main list.
Brymon Suleiman, Cecilia. Brymon Suleiman plays in the Nigerian American, plays in the basketball Bundesliga in Germany. So he's a power forward center, and I think that's a position the Tigers need to actually strengthen, the power forward and the center position. Important. So I'm sure that's why he was invited.
More players in the list. Usman Abubakar, Cecilia, remember we also spoke about very good player for Kano Pillars. He's also in the list. There is Wailele Daniel, Akogbon Josh, Udofia Amfon, Ere Ebi, Mbakwe Trevor, Udo Ekpe is also in that list. There's Ikechukwu Diogo. That's the guy who has high Diogo. Olumide Oyedeji.
I better allow him play this time around.
He was injured. At the AfroBasket. So hopefully he's overcome. Actually, he's overcome it and he's been working out for the last couple of months now.
That's the name. Is the
and
captain of the team.
for people that are still wondering if he actually still plays,
he plays
basketball. He plays with the London Lions. That's in the British Basketball League. So it's good to have him back in the team. His experience will be very needed. What about the Greek connection?
The Greek connection.
We have to go there.
I think
Tananis. So just stick to the first name. Just stick to the first name. Tananis.
And he plays in Greece and all the professionally. So that's another new player also coming into the fold. Now there you have for the D Tigers, you have Ogunjimi Helen, Ogoke Serats. Also familiar names we have here: Elonu Adeora, Mandu Ndidi, Imovio Sarah. You have Edeferio Ka, Edema, then Ibiam Elem, then Ugoka Uju. Some of the names for the girls, about 25 of them were actually invited for the road qualifications for the Olympics. You have Ekurimandu Joyce, then you have Kalu Izine, Amu Kamara Promise, Ibekwe Ifunaya, Wangwe Ugochi, Sani Olayinka, Atoye Iyegifa. She's also in that squad. So you have so many of them, of course, for the players invited. And we know that the qualifying tournament will hold between 13th and 19th of June in France. Okay, these are still some of the names. Atosu Upe, you have Udeja Chioma, Akasili Nkechi, of course, Doku Patience and Okwe Patience, Chinyere Juliet, and Akariwe Inkem. So the girls that will be prosecuting that one. The others are Azi Christiana, Ukeke Berry, and of course you have Ume Gloria, all of them. And of course the girls are expected to open camp on May the 5th. Austin, don't say anything. Yeah, I know. So before they will be traveling out to play a Turkish national women's team on the 27th and 28th of this month. So just among some of the high-profile games they will be playing before the qualifier starts on the 13th of June.
Tim, let's also give a quick shout out to the national under-17 women's team. Remember, they've also qualified for the World Cup, and some players have been invited to the training camp at the National Stadium in Abuja. From the 15th of May, they will resume camping. 21 players. This is one for the future. A lot of people don't know the names, as we can easily call some of the names here, but there is Shea Anita on that list, Odua, Isioma, Akimbode, Onome Mary. There's Adams Blessing, and Eze, Jennifer, there is a there's Badmos, Alimot, there's Ezike Monica, Chinyere Amarachi, there's also Abdulaziz Aguru, Okore Funaya, Adogbo Endurance, Ibe Lucy, 21 of the national under-17 women's team. They will begin campaign on May the 15th at the National Stadium in Abuja. It's also a big one for them. They're going to the World Cup. Basketball is busy.
Yeah, it is busy, and that's a federation, that appears to be working. And we've talked about how these individual federations cannot afford to, keep waiting on the National Sports Commission or the Sports Ministry. They've got to get working as well. So good one for basketball in Nigeria. Hopefully, the D Tigers are able to qualify for the real games, and so they can go, compete alongside the male counterparts. And Cecilia, before we move away from basketball, you opened the show about Victor Oladipo. He didn't make the team for whatever reason, but what I know, and what according to public records, he hasn't been selected for the USA men's national team as well. So he's available clearly. So we're just waiting on.
I'm sure they're talking to him.
But what, according to what TJ Newman said at the press conference yesterday, was that he says the 28th name is supposed to be Victor Oladipo, but he has not yet decided, and we don't want to put his name out before his decision. He has been training. He has been in training with the U.S. national team, and he has not made the team. So sometimes decisions can be very tough when it comes to that.
Yes. So that makes a lot of sense. Austin, he's tried to play for the USA. He didn't make it. He's 23 years old. Perhaps he's still thinking he can wait another 4 years and represent the America in Tokyo.
At that time, he will be 27.
Exactly. He might be getting into his prime. He might be a superstar then. So perhaps that's why he's finding it a bit hard to actually commit to playing for the country.
I think we shouldn't wait for him because
they're not waiting for him. That's why the list is out and they continue training.
Also hinted the fact that they might add some players to it. Okay.
Training camp for the D Tigers, before we move on, it starts on June the 27th.
That's right.
In Los Angeles or Bakersfield. We're waiting for that one. Apparently they're supposed to go on tour in China as well to play the Stankovic